July 14th, 2025. The S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on the 2000 cheat chart using NinjaTrader 8. What the chart looked like today in the pre-market, had a precipitous drop, like a pretty big gap down from Friday, bounced. And it looked like it was a small spike. And then I later found this big, shallow up channel. But even then, this shallow up channel, due to the low volume and low volatility, didn't really offer too many setups. I saw maybe a total of 3 setups, and I only took one. The ATR was really low again, so I was just extra careful. Wasn't really going for any runners. And probably this video is going to be pretty quick because there's not much to say. The summer months have been very, very, well, it's kind of always this way. The summer months have always been very slow trading. So chops around, pushes up. So on the open, it kind of makes it double top here. Goes from here, say first entry long, pull back. You have a second entry long here. It's a good signal bar. It looks like it's kind of basing out here. It's a decent signal bar, decent trade. I decided to skip it because it's only 5 minutes in. Here, the ATR, I think, was right around 2, maybe 2 to 3, but I could tell from the pre-market candles that there wasn't going to be a high volume day, so I wasn't too enthusiastic about this one. Prices break below the EMA. Kind of bottoms out here. I had a line here, but I deleted it because I thought there was some kind of range here at one time. Ended up not being very useful. Pushes up on this orange up channel, break for one attempt. So I was like, break of this orange up channel, first entry long, pull back, second entry long. And this is actually where I take my one and only trade. So here you have a confirmed second entry long by this candle, but it never broke above the EMA. This candle opens, has trouble breaking above this guy, pushes and engulfs this guy. As soon as it does that, I drop in my order, limit order, comes back up, fills me, kind of backed up a little bit, made me a little nervous, then it flushes down. And on this candle, I got my 2-point scalp. That's all I was really aiming for. I wasn't going to try to do anything today or anything this here in the summer months. And prices continue moving. Pushes up on this red up channel, break, tests the high, comes back down. This orange up channel doesn't exist. I actually had a bunch of resistance and support lines. So it wasn't really quite developed into ranges because there was no consistent highs or lows. It was making higher highs and higher lows. So eventually I did draw this yellow up channel, but this doesn't exist yet. So it's a little bit confusing. All I can tell is prices are biased upwards. It's a high, say first entry long, pullback, second entry long. Well, part of the reason today there wasn't that many setups or that many viable setups, even after you look at this, when you go and look at this carefully, a lot of the signal bars were either inside bars or they weren't the right uh, signal bar. They were either bearish when I needed them bullish, and they weren't bearish or bullish in the correct direction that you want to take the trade. So that just made it like a really, really slow, nothing happening type of day. Comes back down. First entry long, pull back. Second entry long, right here. The second entry long was made. This is your signal bar, but you would not have been ready to take a trade. Confirm second entry long. So now I'm looking for a higher low. You don't know that there's going to be a higher low or not. Plus, it looks like it's starting to range. Go ahead and change this to this, a little bit easier to see. It kind of breaks down. Again, it's just choppy. Pushes up. So you have a new low here, new swing low. First entry short. Second entry short. Again, you don't know that this is going to be a second entry short. It's confirmed here, but you get this huge push down. Stops at the EMA, bounces, and then the follow through. This is the inside to this guy. So what do? You don't do anything. You just wait. And this guy is still inside to this guy. This guy is still inside to this guy, but at this point, you probably have a pretty good idea it's breaking up and out, but that's still really risky because this is a strong spike down and maybe it's grinding back up. You do have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, so I'm looking for a higher low, but you could have a higher low right here, and you do get a higher low here, but it doesn't finish well, which is up. It stays above the EMA. It's a new high, it's a first entry long, pullback, second entry long, break of the green down channel, that's the low, and it's starting to push up on the orange up channel. You have a first entry short, technically you have a second entry short here, but the EMA is kind of flat. And if you decide to go short, you're kind of shorting into a clearly bullish biased day. Prices start moving back down. Another new swing low, first entry short. Typically, you have a second entry short here, but that's just a second entry short technical count. There's no real setup there. Pushes up. You have this push up on this red up channel, break. It might test the highs. We have a new high here. It's a first entry long. At this point, I do draw the beginnings of this yellow up channel. So it looks like at least it's following inside this bigger yellow up channel, but it doesn't really serve too much. And then this is probably maybe the only other trade that I thought was possible. Creates a new high. It's a first entry long, pullback, second entry long. But this is your signal bar for a second entry long. I wanted this to be a better close of the trigger bar, but this is probably a possible trade. If I didn't take the trade, I'm looking for a higher low. When I see this one close, such a pull right back down, I'd be hesitant now. In this case, it would have worked. I would have gotten a 2-point scalp at least by here. But seeing how this is unfolding, plus the candles are printing very slowly today, I wasn't really enthusiastic to try to take any more trades, considering I already had one profitable trade for the day. Don't need to try to tempt fate on summer trading months, so decided to just kind of hang out. First entry long pullback, second entry long, but this is kind of away from the EMA. I mean, if you try to take a long here, you are pressing into the high of day, so it feels a little bit risky. And if you did try to take a long here, looks like it would have gotten stopped out. Moves down on this green down channel. New low, first entry short, second entry short. The problem with this one is it's also an inside bar. Say this localized new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, but this is your signal bar to go second entry long. Time you have it confirmed, now you're just actually looking for a higher low, ideally above the EMA. But it kind of pulls back down. EMA is acting as resistance. New low, first entry short, second entry short. So technically you have a third entry short because you're thinking maybe the second entry short failure, which you kind of have here. But the follow through on the subsequent candles isn't very convincing. Plus, it's at the 12:55 time frame. Like the market's pretty much closed, or going to close pretty soon. It's risky to try to take any trades at that point. So nothing too exciting today. If this is kind of an indication of how the week's going to go, yeah, it might be another very slow week, which doesn't surprise me too much, considering that it's a summer trading months.